Hey everyone, this is Jared Ross, Senior Vice President of Association Services for the League, bringing to you another advocacy update to let you know what's happening both here at the state capitol and up in Washington, D.C. As we enter 2019 and march toward the opening of the legislative session in early March, there's a lot going on at your Florida Capitol that affects credit unions. We have, other than one member of the cabinet, an entirely new cabinet. Chief Financial Officer Jimmy Patronis does return, but we have a new governor in Ron DeSantis. We have a new agricultural commissioner in Nikki Fried, and we have a new attorney general in Ashley Moody. We have several new members of both the Florida House and the Florida Senate, and currently the cabinet is searching for a full-time new commissioner of the Office of Financial Regulation in Florida. So the specific issues that we're working on that relate to credit unions is first, the issue of public deposits. Legislation has been filed in both the House and the Senate. Senator Travis Hudson once again has filed the legislation in the Senate. Representative Randy Fine from Melbourne has introduced the legislation in the House side. This legislation would give credit unions the opportunity to accept public funds. Currently, Chapter 280 of Florida law does not allow that. We're hopeful that that bill will make it through the process this year, but as always, we're going to need credit unions to help us out with that and support the legislation, both through action alerts, contacting your lawmakers, but also getting in touch with your local units of government and letting them know how they can get in touch with their lawmakers if they want to see a change in this law. Additionally, we're lobbying to add a 1/2 course credit in financial literacy in order for high school students to graduate. This is legislation that we've been working on for several years. It's made it through the Senate the last 3 years and stalled in the House. We are hopeful that this legislation, which is introduced by Travis Hudson in the Senate and Representative Elizabeth Federhoff in the House, gets through this year. And we're working very hard to ensure that Florida's youth are educated on what it means to be financially sound. Another bill we're working on is the disposition of small accounts. We worked on this bill last year to allow for credit unions to dispose of accounts under $10,000 when a credit union member does pass away and there is no payable on death provision. We've worked closely with the bankers, but also other stakeholders to get this legislation through. It has not been introduced yet, but we do expect that to happen soon. And we're hopeful that this would just be another piece of legislation that eases the burden on credit unions and what they deal with every day. So the question is, how can credit unions get involved? Well, the easiest way to get involved is first, come to our events. We need you to join us here in Tallahassee for our Florida Advocacy Conference on March 26th and 27th. It's imperative that we get a good number of credit unions up here, and we've already started and have great early registration numbers. But if you've not yet decided to join us, please make the trip up to Tallahassee and hit the halls of the Capitol with us in March. And now what's going on in Washington? Our number one issue for 2019 is going to be data security. We've been up on Capitol Hill many times talking about data breaches and what it means for credit unions, and we expect that to continue in 2019. We need credit unions to join us in this endeavor, and you can join us in Washington March 10th through the 14th for the CUNA GAC. All the information is on our website at www.lscu.coop. If you haven't already made plans to join us in Washington for the GAC, please do so. We still have a few hotel rooms available, but if you need more information, you can certainly contact me directly and I'll point you in the right direction. But join us as we really try and move the needle in Washington and make good things happen for credit unions. Lastly, you can sign up for all of our action alerts at www.lscuactioncenter.com. It's a great way to be able to contact your lawmakers and let them know your perspective on the important issues that are affecting credit unions. And then finally, you can follow along on all of our social media pages. You can subscribe to our Facebook page, our Twitter accounts, and of course our YouTube channel, where we're going to bring you as many updates as possible throughout all of the happenings, both federally and at the state level. So please join us on social media, join us on the web, and of course, join us for all of our grassroots advocacy events. Thank you.